is you have a grandparent here with his grandson in his lap, granddaughter sitting beside him playing on her iPad. Really nothing to see here, just regular, normal, everyday occurrence. But in reality, this is helping the grandparent so much more. It makes their lives better and could actually improve how long they live. My name's Richard Howland. These are my grandkids, Tegan and Oliver. And I can tell you from personal experience, spending time with grandkids does make your lives better. Today I want to tell you some reasons, explain some things on how spending time with grandkids improves grandparents, how it improves their lives, and possibly live longer. Versus health benefits, you have the cognitive health, which an older person, a lot of times if they're just sitting around at home, all they're doing watching Gunsmoke or Beverly Hillbillies, you have the grandparents come over, grandkids come over, and they're asking, why this, Grandpa? Why is the sun so bright? And why do I have to go to school? And makes a person think, makes them use their brain. Then you have the physical health. You go, grandparent goes over to the grandkids' house, and grandkids want to go outside and swing or jump on the trampoline. Grandpa, he's not going to jump on the trampoline, but he will go out there and untie the shoes. And if the grandkids get thirsty, he goes inside and gets them their apple juice box or whatever. It's a physical activity that they would normally do. There's a journal called Evolution in Human Behavior that came out in 2017 that actually had a study that showed that over a 20-year period, there's a 37% lower mortality rate. That's a big number. Second, you have the emotional benefits. Life slows down for an elderly person when they retire or when their spouse dies. House gets quiet, really quiet. They get lonely, maybe too lonely. Loneliness, another research showed that is equivalent to, for an older person, as a person smoking 15 cigarettes a day as far as their mortality. But if you get the opportunity for a grandkid to spend time, that changes things. That reduces their stress, their depression, and their loneliness. Suppose you have grandkids, a grandson, and the grandpa's teaching him how to play baseball, and a grandma teaching, a granddaughter how to bake cookies. This is called positive bonding hormones by psychologists. And this also helps to improve the happiness of an older person and help reduce their stress. Third and last thing that spending time with grandkids, with the grandparent helps. Grandparents can tell things to grandkids that only they know. Maybe their ancestry or how they did things back in their day, the morals of their culture that only they can do. This helps the grandparent actually feel useful, in so many ways. And then you think, well, there might be reasons people have that they don't want their grandkids to spend with their grandparents, because grandparents parents these days, they have more hands-on trained teaching than, say, older generations. They have rules that they want to live by. Don't feed him candy before school or before bed. Or don't make sure they go to bed at 8:30. And grandparents generally will go by this, but they are going to curve. They're going to bend the rules. There's this one story of a mother watching her grandparent watching the grandparent order these shoes off the internet for her grandkid, and the mother was like, "Why are you ordering those shoes? You know, she already has those." The grandparent's reasoning is because she wants them. You know, that way she'll have them. It's just grandparenting 101. But I'm telling you, if you have these strict guidelines, then grandparents are going to adhere to those. They're going to do things that you just really draw a line on. You can say, well, the second thing that you might not want to let your grandkids spend with their grandparents is because, you know, they're not physically able. You know, sure, there are some grandparents who cannot babysit your kid for hours at a time. But you know what you can do. And if they're not able, you can take your grandkids over and let them just work a puzzle or read a book. Doesn't have to be nothing elaborate. Then you say, well, the third thing and the last thing that might keep grandparents from spending time with their grandkids is a long distance. I can't take him over there every weekend. They live too far away. We know they have technology now that you can do the FaceTiming or Skype or whatever that they have nowadays, or just even the text messaging. They just prove that it helps improve a grandparent's well-being. So how can we make this connection happen? Just visit more, or whatever. There's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. And so if you can't visit, do the video visit. Schedule the video visit. If you say you're busy, schedule the video visit. Because one day, that the toys that are on the ground and the Legos and the Barbies strewn on the floor and all over the couch, they will be no more. They'll be teenagers. They won't have time for grandparents. But you got to start them early. And then one day, those grandkids, after grandparents have went on, passed away, those grandkids will remember those grandparents. And the grandparents will have had lived happier lives and better lives and possibly even longer lives due to spending time with their grandkids. Thank you.